Hi, I'm Kristen Poole, the Adult Services Manager. This is Booked for the Week, our bi-weekly program recommending books. It's springtime, and for many of us, that means planting seeds in the sun-warmed soil, hoping for gentle rains, and rejoicing as each tiny green leaf emerges. April is also Earth Day month, and we celebrate that by contemplating the wonder of nature, reestablishing our connection with the earth, and reassessing our actions and committing to better protect this world we love. It's wonderful when a book brings all this together, and this week I'll be recommending 3 books about gardens and gardening. The Seed Keeper by Diane Wilson, who is also the executive director of the Native American Food Sovereignty Alliance, weaves together a modern tale of a woman returning to the land with a historic story of the Dakota being driven off of their land after the War of 1862. Rosalie Ironwing, a Dakota woman, returns to her father's cabin after her husband, a white farmer whose ancestors drove her ancestors off the land, dies, probably from chemical pesticides he used on his farm. As she lovingly restores her childhood garden, she realizes that keeping traditions and seeds through generations of hardship and loss can reawaken strength and identity. Reconnecting with family, Rosalie learns that she is descended from a long line of women who fiercely protected their families and land. Reviewers describe Wilson's writing as haunting, her descriptions as lush, and her characters as compelling. The Last Garden in England by Julia Kelly also brings together past and present to tell the history of a garden and the women who have cared for it. In the present day, landscaper Emma Lovett is hired to restore the neglected Edwardian gardens at Highbury House, gardens designed a century before by famed Venetia Smith. As Emma uncovers the beauty of the gardens, she also uncovers the secret lives of the mistresses and gardeners, all of whom struggle between social expectations and their own desires. Fans of Downton Abbey will love this book. Detailed descriptions of the craftsmanship and artistry of the gardeners, the palpable serenity and healing that the characters find in the garden, and a dark mystery that finds its way throughout make this a wonderful book to enjoy reading on a shady patio. Ohio native Louis Bromfield was a best-selling Pulitzer Prize-winning author in the 1920s who, unlike his left bank friends Fitzgerald, Stein, and Hemingway, is barely remembered for his literary works. What he is remembered for is his passion for soil and his deep commitment to restorative agriculture. The Planter of Modern Life, Louis Bromfield and the Seeds of a Food Revolution by Stephen Heyman unearths the story of Bromfield's transformation of 600 acres of badly eroded farmland into a flourishing cooperative farm, now Malabar Farm State Park. Bromfield was one of the early voices raising alarm about the harmful impacts of chemicals, and he advocated for the humane treatment of livestock. While his work was an inspiration for generations of organic farmers, Heyman doesn't bury Bromfield's personal flaws, resulting in an honest, rich, and outstanding portrait. Feel free to add your comments to this post if you've read these books or any others about gardening. And if you are a gardener, be sure to check out the library's Seed Library, open now through the end of June. You can check out free seeds, and if you have a good harvest, just bring some back to help us replenish the collection for next year.